Hi, I'm Dominic and today I'm going to talk to you about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Nearly every culture has had some form of hand-to-hand combat in its history. This can be seen dating all the way back to ancient Greece and possibly even earlier. One of the more popular and fast-growing martial arts of today is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Known as the gentle art, it can make even the smallest and weakest person a very dangerous person, even each of you. As somebody who has practiced for almost 2 years Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as well as been an avid fan, I have learned a lot about it and its history. Today I'm going to talk to you about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, how it evolved, dating back to its predecessor in Japan, and its current applications today. Before Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, there was Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, which is quite different than the current Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu originally developed in Japan for warfare, but after the feudal period, it was no longer needed. Practitioner of Jiu-Jitsu, Jigoro Kamo, developed a modified version of Jiu-Jitsu called Judo. Judo became so popular that the police in Japan made it a national martial art during the late 1800s. One man named Mitsuyo Maeda began to establish himself as an elite judo practitioner and started to integrate his own techniques into the art of judo. In 1925, Maeda introduced Japanese Jiu-Jitsu to the Gracie family. The eldest son of a Brazilian businessman named Gustavo Gracie, Carlos was taught Japanese Jiu-Jitsu firsthand by Maeda. This was done as repayment for helping Maeda establish himself in the Brazilian community. Carlos then taught his other brothers, most notably his youngest brother Helio. Over time, the Gracie family modified what had been taught to them by Maeda and developed a new martial art which was based more on ground techniques and less on stand-up techniques than the original judo that was taught to them. The two brothers, Carlos and Helio, became what is considered today the fathers of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Over time, a rivalry of styles did develop. Carlos favored developing and teaching techniques that were used more for sport fighting, which is seen today in what is known as mixed martial arts. If you've watched the UFC, you'll have seen that. Helio was more traditional and considered it only a form of self-defense, not a sport. Despite this rivalry, there is still a mutual respect between the two styles, and practitioners who have learned from either Carlos or Helio's lineage consider each group's practitioners of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. To this day, any individual with a belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu can be traced back directly to either Carlos or Helio Gracie. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu emerged into the mainstream American culture in 1993 after the Ultimate Fighting Championship won. This was when a small 160-pound man named Royce Gracie defeated martial artists from a variety of other backgrounds, including wrestling, karate, and many others. When the world witnessed this tiny 160-pound man defeat men twice his size and men who were world champions in their respective martial arts, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu began to get some serious recognition from the rest of the world and fellow martial artists. Royce Gracie went on to win the UFC 1, 2, and 4 before retiring from mixed martial arts, although only temporarily. As the sport of mixed martial arts has grown in popularity in recent years, so has Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Today, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has become a popular activity for individuals with a variety of goals. Some of these include simply participating in competitions, either gi or no gi. Another reason to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the reason that it became popular in the United States and the rest of the world in the first place, and that is mixed martial arts. Mixed martial arts combines a variety of martial arts into a single sport. You have wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, all integrated into one sport where Athletes compete against each other, and because of its effectiveness, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is impractical for any athlete to compete in MMA and not at least understand some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Another reason why individuals learn is simply for recreation. Some choose to do it just to stay in shape, which is an excellent method of exercise, and others do it simply just for fun. As you can see, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has a lot of history and has evolved very much since its early days when the Gracie family first developed it. Starting as a single family event, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is known now around the entire world, whether it be just to stay in shape or to be something used entirely different to include mixed martial arts. It has something to offer nearly anybody who tries it, even you. I suck that up.